Are you ready to win despite everyone who's ever said you wouldn't? Then let's go. It's time to prove those doubters wrong. Hi, and welcome to the Last Laugh, No Apologies podcast. I'm your host, Christine Christensen. I'm a mom, passionate entrepreneur, and success coach. If you're ready to finally flip the script on all those doubts in your head and the doubters in your life that have been holding you back, you, my friend, are in the right place. It's time to dust off that crown, show them what you're made of, and remind them that you are the main character in this life story. Get ready, because you're about to make them regret that they ever doubted you, and I'm here to cheer you on. Each week, we'll dive into mindset shifts, inspiring stories, and practical strategies that are designed to help you realize your worth, embrace the amazing woman that you are, and step into your power so you can start living your life unapologetically. It's time for some real talk, some laughs, and some transformation. Are you ready? Okay, let's dive into today's episode. Hey there, dreamers and doers. Welcome back to the Last Laugh, No Apologies podcast, where we ditch the excuses and go after what the hell we really want. I'm Christine Christensen, your guide to making big, bold moves in life and business. So here's the deal. Dreaming is fun, right? But let's be honest. Dreams alone do not pay the bills or build empires. You know what does? Action. Yet so many of us, yep, including me, continue to get stuck in the someday trap. You know the one. Someday I'll start my business. Or someday I'll write that book. Well, let me just tell you, honey, someday isn't a plan. It's fucking procrastination wearing a cute little outfit. So today, we're breaking free from the planning phase and we're going to step into the doing phase. So grab that cup of coffee or the glass of wine, no judgment here, and let's get into it. All right. First off, why do so many of us seem to spin our damn wheels instead of just taking the action? I've come to learn that it's actually pretty simple. It's fucking fear. Fear of failure or fear of success. Fear of looking like we just don't have our shit together or whatever fear you might be hiding from. But guess what? Nobody has their shit together completely. Seriously, even the most successful people are winging it at least half the frickin' time. So here's the thing. Action doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to happen. So let's break it down step by step so that you can finally frickin' move from dreaming to doing. First, you gotta stop spinning your fucking wheels. Dreaming feels safe because it doesn't really involve any risk. But staying in dreamland means that you're never going to see the results that you want. So start by asking yourself, what's one thing I can do today to move this dream forward? It doesn't have to be huge, just one small thing. Next, what's holding you back for real? Is it fear? Or maybe it's perfectionism? Or maybe just not knowing where the hell to even start? Call that shit out. Call it out. Because when you name it, you can tame it. Like for me, my biggest block used to be perfectionism. I'd spend freaking hours and hours tweaking a project until it was right or perfect. Spoiler alert, though, it never was. At some point, you've just got to stop the tweaking and start the damn doing. Next, break it down. Big dreams are over fucking whelming, right? Like trying to eat a whole damn pizza in one sitting. Instead, we got to slice it up. What's the first slice of your dream? For example, if you're dreaming of starting a business, step one might be something simple like creating a logo or setting up a website. You can start small. but the key is to just start. And finally, imperfect action beats no action. Let me say it louder for the people in the back. Imperfect action is always better than no fucking action at all. Period. Waiting for the perfect time or perfect plan is just another form of procrastination. Progress, not perfection, is the real goal here. Let me tell you a little story about my first real big action step. When I decided to become a coach, I spent weeks and weeks, okay, maybe months and months, trying to decide if I should have a website or not, brainstorming my logo, and even agonizing over my Instagram bio. Who hasn't done that, right? I hope I'm not alone. But here's the truth, none of that shit even mattered until I started actually talking to people. One day I just said, screw this shit, and offered some free sessions. Those conversations were not perfect, not at all. And of course, I questioned myself on everything. Like, what the hell am I even doing? I hope they don't see right through me. Can I actually fucking help them? I even found myself stumbling over my words. But you know what? The key was they were open to receiving the guidance. They wanted change. So they showed up and they freaking loved it. That one messy step turned into believing that I could make an impact and I could help others. And it became the foundation for my coaching business. So, the moral of the story, you can't perfect your way into progress. You've got to take action and just trust that you'll figure it out along the way. All right. So, let's wrap this up with some key takeaways. First, dreaming is great, but action is where the magic happens. Start small, but just fucking start. Next, identify what's holding you back. Is it fear or the perfectionism or just analysis paralysis? And then push the fuck through it. You got this. Next, break your big goals into bite-sized steps so that they feel manageable and they feel doable because you can do it. And finally, always remember that imperfect action is better than not taking any action. Waiting for the perfect time will just keep you stuck and spinning your wheels. So consider this your permission slip. You don't have to have it all figured out to take the first step. You don't have to have it all together. The only way to build momentum is to just start moving. So here's your homework. I want you to take one small, messy action toward your dream this week. It could be something tiny, like just sending an email that you've been putting off, or finally making that phone call, or posting about the idea on social media that you've just been sitting on because you've been afraid. Whatever the hell it is, just do it. And when you do, celebrate it, no matter how small it is. And I'll be over here celebrating with you. If this episode lit a fire under you, subscribe to the podcast, leave a review, and make sure you share it with a friend who needs to hear this. And remember, you are capable, you are worthy, and you are done waiting for someday. Let's make this shit happen.